Tov, everybody. Well, it's 10 past 7 and I'm leaving the hiker room here at the kibbutz. I guess I should close the door. I didn't sleep super well last night. Oops. In fact, not even really sure if I slept at all. But it's only about 10 past 7, which is pretty amazing for me. And I'm off to find myself the Shvil and climb up Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel is kind of more of a mountain ridge than a mount in the north of Israel, and Haifa is along the north side of the ridge, or the north side of the ridge mostly. And it's also the place where the Bible says Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal, somewhere along the ridge, and they have a place that they sort of commemorate as that spot. But I don't know that we're going by that spot today. Definitely not going by that spot today. But I have to climb up to this little Druze town called Shvil, and I think it looks like I'm going to have to camp out the next 2 nights. So I will probably stop just before I get to Shvil. There's a place where you can camp out there, and then tomorrow, Yom Kippur. I kind of hadn't planned to walk on Yom Kippur, but looks like I may have to now just because of supply issues and such. So then I'll camp out at a second spot. Then I will desperately be needing a shower and laundry and various other things that hopefully I can find a trail angel for. Anyways, for now, let's just hit the trail. So it's crazy climbing, and I've flipped my hat up so that I can see where I'm going. The exposure is not really great, but the views are absolutely amazing. The morning sun is shining off that cliff. Sorry about the exposure. And if I can just remember to look up occasionally, preferably stop and look up so that I don't misstep. It's just splendid. And I can sort of, through the trees there, I can sort of see Haifa, but I'm sure I'll get a better view to give you later. So we'll leave it for that. Again, just more splendid views. Okay, the exposure is better now. And in the valley, there's the grocery store where I bought my groceries yesterday, superstore, whatever. It's called a stop market. And yeah, lots of green agricultural land and some of Haifa's industrial areas in the background there. Okay. What a strange red tree in the middle of nowhere. I think it looks like I don't know, what are they? Red Idaho potatoes or something in the middle of a bunch of Yukon gold. Very odd. Huh. I am speechless. I just emerged out of the tree cover onto this sort of almost hilltop. I guess I'm almost there. And look at that view. Unbelievable. Wow. Oh. I could just sit here, and I'd love to, but I can already feel the sun is really warm. So I think I need to keep going. But what a magnificent view. Just one more time. Wow. Okay, more red Idaho. There we go. I don't know what these trees are, but I'm gonna have to find out because that's really funny. Another Idaho red, although it doesn't look quite as red as the others, but this one's blocking my way. Okay, I have to duck. but what funky trees. This is really, really cool. Holy mackerel, I have come up and up and up. And there's a town up there on that hilltop that I'm going away from. So I don't know if that's Daliat el Carmel or if that's Isfia. I hope it's Daliat el Carmel and Isfia be that way. Because I want to go up and up and up anymore that way. But the views from here are just magnificent. Unbelievable. And sorry, that's overexposed again out there because I'm in the shade, but oh well. 2 hours of climbing up and up and up, and I'm rewarded by this sort of campsite with another hiker library somewhere over there. And I think this might be the place where I had thought that I would camp. But you know what? It's not even 9:30 yet. So I've got to kind of just take a break, eat a bunch of my supplies, and think about what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I sat down here, and yeah, it's not even 9:30. It was 10 past 9 when I sat down here. And I just went exploring, and there's actually washrooms here. I'm so happy. Not in super great shape, but hey, I'll take what I can get. And I'm glad I have TP with me, but yeah, for a place where people are expected to come and have picnics and maybe even stay the night, nice to have washrooms. But I got up and my shirt is absolutely drenched, and I'm trying to figure out if it's my sweat from climbing up that hill, or if my bladder, not my bladder, my platypus bladder has leaked. And I think it's just my sweat. I can't believe it. It's insane. It's like drenched like I'd been in the shower with my clothes on. Oh, and it's, like I said, 9:15. And I really don't want to stay here all day. But if I run into problems, it really is a problem because of Yom Kippur. So, not really 100% sure what I'm going to do, but I am going to eat something first. That always helps. I was told by the fellow who runs the water supply, actually the trail angel down in kibbutz Yagur. He said he runs the water supply in the kibbutz, and he said that the water up here is really good. So that's great. When I tried to turn it on, it was really tight, and a ginormous wasp crawled out of it. He's gone now, but not sure what to make of that. However, the water is supposed to be good, so I'm going to try to refill. And that's my only really sort of inconvenience with the platypus, is refilling it once it's in my pack. I don't want to have to take it out, and then trying to refill it is a bit of a challenge. So I'm actually not even sure if I'm going to refill it or if I'm just going to take some water in an extra bottle that I am carrying so that I can refill it. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know how far I'm going today, and it's going to be pretty hot, so I probably should refill. All right, well, lovely as this spot is, I really don't want to spend all day and all night here. So, moving out. My pack is theoretically a little bit lighter since I ate some of my supplies, so I don't know. Let's just keep moving and see what today brings. What another glorious view. Not quite sure what that is. It's a city outside of Haifa, so I'll have to look it up, but it's not Haifa, it's off to the side. So up on Mount Carmel, near Isfia. There's this lookout point and memorial. I believe, as far as I can tell, it's for the Suez crisis. There's kind of a map of the area and the Suez Canal and stuff down there. And just a magnificent, magnificent view. Totally worth it. Stopped for lunch at a local Druze place in Isfia. It's like eggplant and hummus and Druze salad or Arabic salad or something, and sorry, olives. Oh, so nice to take a load off my feet, eat a good meal, and then head back to the trail. My goodness, this is so amazing. Really delicious. So glad I stopped here. Some guy, I was kind of trying to figure out the next trail marker, and some guy just stopped. I think I can help you, he said, and then he told me they had really great food in this village, which I know, but I didn't know how far I'd have to go, so he pointed me out this one place that's not too far from the trail, and it's just absolutely delicious. Well, that was lovely. A little bit of a hole in the wall type of place. They bring you a sheet of paper for a tablecloth. But the food was so good, and it was very homey, and you could tell that they care. And a bunch of people walked in while I was sitting there, just kind of eating, taking my time and resting. And one guy walked in barefoot with his like bathrobe or something on. He drove away. I realized it was probably his like cover up because he had 2 surfboards on his car, but came in, bought a few baguettes and took off. But just a lovely little place. Town is Isfia, in close to Haifa. It's a Druze village, and definitely the food is really awesome. Well, my GPS isn't working, so I'm relying on the blazes, which are terrible, and my maps. And here I am in this place trying to get down into the bottom of this wadi, and apparently I need to use these metal poles for my assistance. Oh, great. Okay, yeah. I'm not even in the bottom of the wadi yet, and I just had to come down with the assistance of those metal rungs that you may or may not be able to see from up there. I don't know if they're meant to be handholds or footholds or what, but I use them as handholds, and a lot of bum maneuvers, a lot of bum maneuvers to get down that, and I just don't know what other surprises are in store. And I really need to get to my campsite. This is really slowing me down. I don't want to get in after dark again. Another wreck in the middle of nowhere, but this one at least had a road to get here. It's incredible to believe that I just came from over there somewhere, all the way down, and then all the way back up, and that's not even including the climb that I did in the morning to get up there. Had a bit of a rough time. It was really nice to take that rest at the, oh maybe it was, no, that's Dalia del Carmel over there. Over, wherever, over there. So that's not where I came from. That must have been where I came from, over there. It was really nice to get started again after that break for lunch. It felt so good. I wasn't so hot. Everything just felt so good, and then I ran into trouble down at the bottom because I missed a Shvil. And then when I finally did see the Shvil, I didn't know which way I was supposed to go on it. And my GPS wasn't working, and I had no signal either. So I was pretty much in trouble there for a little while. And, but fortunately I made it. I ran into a couple of young fellows, 18 and 19 years old. They're making a 30-kilometer day of it today. Unbelievable. They started 8 kilometers before I did, and they caught up with me, and who knows where they are by now. But yeah, It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, so just trying to take it easy and get to where I need to get to before the sun goes down, hopefully. Oh, that's a nice breeze. Wow, what a day. I actually ended up hiking to the place that I was planning to hike tomorrow because I really didn't want to spend the whole day at that other campsite. And then there wasn't really any place in between and there were no trail angels. So I'm at a campground. There's a whole bunch of people here because it's Yom Kippur. So tons of people out camping. If they don't celebrate Yom Kippur, a lot of secular Israeli families and Arab families out here, and I took a while to recover from today's hike. I've never quite felt that way before. That was even the day in Hermon. Nothing's quite done that to me, and ever. So I think actually, when I stopped at the restaurant, I had some orange juice and they didn't have Schweppes soda water, so I grabbed what they had. I don't know, maybe they would have had some other kind of soda water, I don't know. But I grabbed what looked like might be okay, and which was tonic water. And so each of those, and orange juice, and each of those have obviously sugar in them, and my blood sugar issues, I think, kind of reared their ugly faces today. When I got into camp, I just literally, I put my pack down and just sat there for over half an hour and still didn't know if I could make it. And I drank some electrolyte powder, or those Nun tabs, on the assumption that it's an electrolyte issue, which I'm sure it was. And the Nun tabs don't have sugar, the ones that most of them do, but the variety that I bought don't, so that's a good thing. Eventually, after I got my blood sugar sort of taken care of a little bit, at least, now I have to have dinner, but I wanted to set up camp first. And so I'm feeling much better now, not like I'm going to pass out any minute. And I've spent the last, I don't know how long, setting up my tarp. I got pretty creative. Fortunately, I got a campsite with lots of trees. So it's tied up to the trees over there. It's tied up to the picnic table. And you can't really see it. It's tied up to the tree over here. And it's got a pretty low, it's pretty low, let's just put it that way. But it's sheltered from all the other sort of people around, so I have a little bit of privacy. And I don't need it to be high because all I need it for is to sleep in. So let's hope I learn how to do my tarp up a little better than that. But for now, that'll be just fine. So instead of 4 or 5 kilometers today, I ended up hiking about 12 kilometers, and a lot of it was very technical and difficult terrain through the wadi, as you saw in some of those videos and or clips. And so yeah, between probably how I mismanaged my diet at that restaurant, just desperately trying to take care of myself, and all the terrain and exertion and everything, it was pretty brutal. But it's over. Tomorrow I can take an easy day, I think. And well, except that now I have to figure out how to get myself a trail angel on Yom Kippur. So that's going to be interesting. But right now I just need to eat something and climb onto my sleeping pad. So, Laila Tov. Okay, I know I already said Laila Tov, but I am just finishing my dinner and minding my own business, and I just saw the most ginormous, I assume it was a wild boar, just disappear into that bush there. It was huge! And with all these people here and all this food and trash and garbage, yeah, I'm just hoping to God that me and all my food is gonna be safe. Oh boy. Anyways, and my backpack. Yeah, my backpack. I don't want them to take my backpack out into the forest somewhere that I can't find it. Anyways, so this is going to be an interesting night. Again, Laila Tov again. I have no idea what time it is, probably around 10 or 11 o'clock. A little while ago, somebody, I don't know who, took out a saw and apparently broke the lock off the women's washroom. Don't know who put the lock there, if it was supposed to be there, if it was not supposed to be there, no idea. Then a little while after that, I had to yell at some kids who were messing with my tent, my tarp, to get lost. Really feeling like a Grinch now, but I don't really care. I'm just trying to sleep.